Next drive, and a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, 75 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. He's going to let this one go deep. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Kill, kill, kill. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
17.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And Woods has it complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Eagles 14, Rams 7. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Just beating the play clock is gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. There's Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Switch it. We're good. Joker. 52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, let's get this.
Out of the gun. Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Mike 20. Mike, number 53. Mike 53. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Watch the safety creep.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Let's go. Tighten up.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Eagles' 39-yard line.
Cut. 180. 57. Come on. Super 66. Watch out.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Goff now to throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Back to throw, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Goff. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is gone. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Go. 120. 54, Mike. You got nothing to run. You got nothing.
Now Howard. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
On 1st down, Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Charlie. Mike 54.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This one complete to Sproles. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Three. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
54 Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
46 down, man. 5-4.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
We got 4.
Ric Flair. 5.
53 for Mike. 53. Check.
From the 29, Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 29 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
The Eagles take over first and 10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
They're not ready for this. Y'all playing the wrong.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the 45 on 2nd down, Goff going for the deep. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
Check 13.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, 77 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go, go, go. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Here's Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Cut, cut, cut. Check.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he spins past him and into space. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. And he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Check it backer, check it backer.
Now it's Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double.
On the toss, it's Gurley. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Pass. Check 31, check 31. Hey, watch it.
They run. It's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 16-yard line.
180. 53 at the mark. Here we go, here we go. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Switch, switch, switch. Kill, kill, kill.
17.
Goff now looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Check 52.
Now you run. We go. 76.
Goff now looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
Come on, QB, come on.
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Deuce, 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 deuce. Watch it.
Link 5-3, link 5-3. I'm bringing it to you.
Wentz going to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 82 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check, check. Lucky.
Gurley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, it's gone. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Goff now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now Gurley. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
Maverick. Hold on. Check.
Now Goff. And his throw is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
I love it. 3 down, 3 down. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. I love it flat. I love it flat. Flat.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. He spins free. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the gun on third down, Goff. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Fletcher Cox bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They go ahead and snap it. Goff going to throw deep for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now Goff on first down. Now a desperation throw deep. That's caught at the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, 57 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That second down play nets a -4. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Eagles on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Howard. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's back to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that...
Nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.